There we go. Alrighty, let's see how this works. Everything's set up correctly. There we go. I believe everything is set up correctly according to what I need. Bam. I like it. Alright. Let's catch these things while the crowd comes in. Bam. A man with a hat. Yeah, I normally wear a hat in my streams, don't I? Welcome to the stream, MBS. We're just catching a few things right here on my phone before things get started. Got a lot to talk about because a lot's been going on, if you can imagine. Bam. Let me know how everything sounds, how everything looks. There we go. Alright, so I caught everything in the area, which is good on me. I'm happy with that. Adjusting the volume on a few things, and we are good to go. I do. The sun is very, very bright. Very, very bright indeed. Alright. So first thing I want to do is actually work on... We'll actually work on some things here. Alright, what we're working on. So I need to work on some inventory management while things start working. So this last weekend I've been a little busy. This last long period of time I've been pretty darn busy. So in my inventory, when it comes to the amount of Pokemon I carry, is only at 700. I haven't really upgraded it as much as I should. So I need to start clearing things out. Dude, get that PC so we can start playing. That would be awesome. That Buchia I just hatched. Let me see if it's any decent. Nah, not really. You know, we'll see, keep trying. Whoa, hold up, what? Attack and defense are perfect, but its HP is super low. Unfortunately for it, I already have a perfect IV one. You can get rid of... Actually, let's do it by number real quick. Inventory management time. Ton of Squirtles from the event. Rattata, don't really need some of these. They'll be around for a while, but it's still, even though it's special, it's still a Rattata. We don't need that. Don't need that here. Lots of Pikachus with various events. Sandshrew, so I got a couple good ones, so I can get rid of the bottom ones. And the thing of it is that the Alolan types will continue to hatch, I'm sure, because I can still collect eggs from friends. So I'm not really pressured to keep all of them, if you know what I mean. I want to make some room. are 90%, but I have plenty that are higher. Don't need it. Don't need it here, not in my house. Geodude's, a Alolan Geodude. Is this actually a good IP, Geodude? Oh, it was, but it's low, so it'll take forever to power up. Keeping my 666 Geodude, though. That's pretty good. I'm gonna keep that one for sure. Get rid of a few of these guys as well. You know, they're much more rare hatch compared to some others, so I'm gonna keep some of those. I heard about Warhammer 40K. It looks like a fun game. Get rid of a Taurus or two. I'm making room in my inventory real quick, and then we'll get to the interesting stuff. Hey Bowties, welcome to the stream, man. Glad you come by. Right now what we're doing is I'm making room in my inventory, because you see right here you can only, I don't want to pay for extra space, so I can only hold 700. So I'm going through and getting rid of some stuff. I have a lot of Aerodactyls. Let me get rid of 3 of them. Bam. Because there are things that are not meta. There are things that are not really contributing much to the game itself, aside from trading, which now that that's a thing, does make things a little bit easier. I do have some stuff ready for Gen 4, like the Aipom and the Yanma. My shiny Umbreon with Last Resort, the community specific one. Yeah, okay, cool. I wish I had a good enough camera that you could actually see a spider on my shoulder, because that would mean, like, hey, things are working out well. Lots of unknown. Lots of unknown. Look at that. Shiny Pineco. I got this guy at the beginning of the event that was last week with all the Natu and the Sunkern and Pineco. Well, you are lower for sure, so let's get rid of you. And let's get rid of you as well. Pineco Fortress is a very high defensive Pokemon, but he doesn't, again, defensive Pokemon don't have a real place right now. They can get beaten out of gyms relatively quickly. This is my Shuckle from California on my many trips down there. Another perfect IV. Mini Raikou from this last event. And now it's Entei. So the weekly prize for doing your research are Entei now. And then they'll probably do Suicune next, but Suicune unfortunately has no place in the meta. One thing I'm really excited about, I traded a guy who needed one of my Torkoals, I believe. And I got a lucky Tyranitar whose IVs, I believe, HP and defense are perfect. Attack is relatively high as well. I believe this is a 94 IV Tyranitar with Smackdown Stone Edge. And for those of you who know, I was not able to play during the community day of Larvitar. So I didn't get any Smackdown or shiny Larvitars. But I managed to get this Tyranitar with Smackdown Stone Edge through trading, and it's a lucky Pokemon. So this is my current investment for leveling things up. Bam. 1800. Working my way up to my other Tyranitars. I want to get it at least 2500. That way I'm at a point where I can do some work with it and I can use it. And the lucky aspect of it means that it costs a heck of a lot less Stardust in order to power it up, which is great. This is a 86, so I can get rid of you. And I'll finish this up real quick. I'm just getting rid of some things in order to make some room, and then I'm going to talk about stuff and things. We're going to talk about what's actually going on. Here's one. Here's a fun one. Caught this yesterday. Yesterday I had a very exciting day. I caught a shiny Wingull, and it was awesome. The shiny Wingull are very rare. Now that they are technically considered shiny, all Wingulls have a chance of being shiny now that this Safari Zone event has ended. And speaking of which, that was the end of the last Pokemon Go Summer Travel event. It was the thing at first, Safari Zone. Second one was Go Fest, which I went to. And then third was this Safari Zone in Japan. And even though it was mostly happening in Japan, win goals were increased spawn this weekend, and their shiny variant was available, and I managed to get one yesterday. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But anyway, right now I'm just cleaning out. A lot of shiny Plusle, a lot of shiny Minun from GoFest. Thank you, Jesse. That's a very nice message for you to share with anyone. Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm clearing out my inventory and then we're going to talk about some stuff. So, by the way, I went to GoFest, as you can tell by the crazy amount of Plusles and Minums that are shiny, as well as the Torkoals here. If you want a Torkoal and you're willing to trade something like a regional, hint hint nudge nudge, let me know. The other thing I got yesterday, first time, is a Spinda, and this month it's a number 3 Spinda. So each month it rotates. Last month it was a number 8. This month it's a number 3. So any quest that you get that rewards a Spinda will be number 3 for the month of September. Shiny Swablu, plenty of shinies that we'll go through in a little bit. Various cast forms, Absols. I can get rid of one Absol. Bad Wolf's really excited for 100 views on a stream. Well, I would be too. I would be excited if I managed to get a decent amount of views. Yeah, Envious, some of them are pretty good. Some of them are pretty good memes. Some of them I have to think about for a little bit because I don't always know the reference to all of them. But some of them are pretty good. Also managed to get a Regirock, my first one, yesterday. The thing of it is I don't have the time to raid. And the area that I actually live in, there's no community to work with. I have to drive into the city good 45 minutes to an hour in order to make that happen. So I got a Regirock yesterday. So my Regis are complete. And that's the end of that. Alright, so what we're going to do here, nothing spawning around us. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you where I'm at with everything. Got a bunch of friends, getting close to the best friend, which is going to be a heck of a lot of experience. And I need about 500,000 more experience, which the good thing about friends is that each step of the way, let me find someone for example. Here's Wrexham. If he would play, which he hasn't been playing very much lately, Ultra Friends rewards you 50,000 experience. If you turn on a lucky egg, if you coordinate with the other person and turn on a lucky egg before the day in order to make it happen, in order for you to reach Ultra Friends, you can double it and get 100,000 experience. And that's a very quick way to get a lot of experience if you stack it. So if I had multiple people working together who are all at the same point in friendship level, and then we use a lucky egg and we did it, you get a lot of experience out of that. And even if it's just one friend, a lucky egg in my opinion is worth popping for just one friend to getting to ultra friendship. And especially best friends, I don't know how much that awards because no one's reached it yet, because we're still, I think for the people who have been diligent about it every day, they probably still have like 25 days left or something like that. Papa Smokehouse and I have been pretty diligent with it, and we are, I think, 32 days. I know there's been a day or two that we missed, but still. So friendship is great. Hey Chardon, I know you may not know that I'm streaming, but now you're famous because we're working our way towards being ultra friends. Regular cast form. Cast form's a cool Pokemon. It's partly cloudy, so it's just normal type. And it's also going to headbutt the ball back, apparently. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. 3 shakes and caught. Like it. So, because we managed to do all the field research, we as in everyone around the world, managed to do all the field research tasks required, we are currently enjoying a lovely boost of Stardust. And so you see normally a normal catch would be 100 Stardust, weather boosted 25. Everything is tripled for Stardust right now. which is fantastic because Stardust is always necessary, one, for leveling and powering things up, and two, for trading, which is now becoming much more popular. I have a number of people lined up to trade with because people always want the rare things that you get at events, and because I went to GoFest, I have a number of people who are looking for Torkoals, as well as people who are starting to play now and missed a lot of events in the past, like the original Pikachu hats or the original community days. So for example, I have 4 people lined up for trading. Two people wanted Shining Dratini's, and I have plenty of those. One person wants a Torkoal for obvious reasons, and another person wants a Shiny Charmander, which I have a few of those left as well. And I'm trading mainly for regionals that I don't have because I unfortunately do not have the luxury of traveling that much. But trading is becoming a big thing, and we're building up our friendship so it's less costly, and we'll eventually get there. So here's what I wanted to talk about. There is new There is new data indicating a new item, which I have right here. And I didn't know about it because I didn't read into the APK miner or anything, but I didn't know this was going on until I got this reward. And what it is it's called a silver berry or silver pinab berry, and it's a combination of the bonuses you receive from a raspberry and a pinab berry. Pinab berries double the amount of candies you get when you catch a Pokemon, and raspberries make it 1.8 times easier to catch said Pokemon. So this is a combination berry, which is a new item that they introduced in order to get both benefits, because there are situations where you want to get an increased chance of catching a Pokemon, but you also want more candies. For example, the main example being the legendary Pokemon of the week. So I would have loved to have one of these items for my last Raikou because it would have made it easier to catch and it would have get double candies. No, you're right, Envious. I just had to remember what that was from. So for this silver berry, I need one more fire type Pokemon. Unfortunately, fire types are very rare in my area, but I am keeping an eye out. And also, unfortunately, it started to rain when I started making this stream, so there's really no chance of me catching a fire type anytime soon. And then here, the special research, if you don't already know, Celebi's out and available to the world. Celebi was originally debuted at GoFest, which is where I got mine, and I am in part 5 of 8. So there's the Professor. Oh wow, that's an Eevee you caught. Perfect timing. Wait, have we had this conversation already? I'm getting a funny feeling in the back of my mind like we've been here before. Would you spend some time in the evening during night? I think you'll be able to see an intriguing evolution as a result. Walk 10 kilometers with Eevee as your buddy. Earn the 2 candies, evolve into an Umbreon at night, and trade a Pokemon. So this is what I need to do for the next step. Because the last one was evolving an Eevee into an Espeon, which is what happens when you evolve it during the day into the Psychic type. And the joke is that Celebi is a Pokemon of time travel, so it's kind of deja vu because we're doing this again. But the thing of it is that for those of us who have a Celebi already because we went to GoFest, see if I can find mine, right here. So I have a Celebi already, got it at GoFest, second day of GoFest. Check out those videos if you haven't seen them already. I have footage of live streaming of GoFest as well as a vlog and kind of an overview synopsis of my GoFest adventure. But because I already have a Celebi, at the end of my special research, I should be getting extra Celebi candies. I don't know how much, but I should be getting extra candies. I'm assuming it's going to be greater than 20, because at the end of the original Celebi research, GoFest research, down at the bottom, we got 20. And that was only a 2-step thing after you get Celebi itself. So because the fact that this is an 8-step thing and the reward would be Celebi if I already have it, I have a safe assumption that the candies are going to be more than 20. I haven't confirmed it because I haven't looked it up, because I like things to be a little bit of a surprise. Give me 1 second. Chug. Is Bad Wolf streaming right now? That'd be pretty cool. Alright. But back to the business of it. Here's another exciting thing that I want to do. I've compiled a number of rewards for spawns, and I wanted to go through them with you on live stream. So another cool thing, new item, Silver Berry. It's the effect of a Pinap Berry and a Raspberry in one, so good for legendary catches at the end of the week, like Entei, for sure. I wish I would get more than one for catching 5 fire types. For some people, catching 5 fire types is easy. So let's do it. Seadra. I don't remember what the quest was, but that's okay. But Seadra is a second tier, so using a Pinap Berry would be appropriate. Alrighty, and having it move on me. So the opposite direction from what I normally throw, hence why I missed. There, excellent throw on the curve. Experienced player right here. Bam. Seadra was caught. 188 candies. Not too bad, actually. Dragon Breath, Hydro Pump. So before Dratini Day was a community day, Seadra into Kingdra was one of the convenient ways of working towards your dragon medal, because Kingdra is technically considered dragon type. What's next on the list? Voltorb. So I think that was like catch a 3 or 5 electric or something like that. I honestly don't remember. There are some potentially interesting things in this pile. So you can only have up to 200 stockpiled, and I am nowhere near that. I wouldn't get nervous about doing that just because I wanted to see what the rewards are. Lantern. That's a good Pokemon. Electric Water. Get the extra candies out of it, because there's very few things that are spawning nowadays that are actually worth me using Pinaps on, aside from legendaries. Oh, popped out. Aside from legendaries and Tyranitar and other meta things. Oh yeah, my Samsung Galaxy S9 is not a potato phone, but I think the programming over to the stream and having multiple things on at the same time is just slowing it down a little bit. Ooh, attack is actually pretty good. Keep that for a little bit. See what else we got cooking. Ah yes, so the new quest of sending 5 gifts to friends gets you Roselia. Now the reason being is because Roselia will have a evolution in 4th gen, and you have the potential of catching a shiny Roselia, of which I have 3. I caught my first one just randomly. Yeah. I caught my first Roselia just randomly during the event. I caught my second shiny Roselia. Actually, I traded for it because someone wanted a Torkoal, and I said I need another shiny. And then the third one I actually caught, and this has happened 3 times, 3 different Pokemon, I'll show you in a little bit. I actually caught the third one while I was out running, out in my neighborhood. And I Go Plus'd it, because I don't check my phone while I'm running. I Go Plus the shiny Roselia, and I actually have Go Plus a total of 3 shiny Pokemon. Let me show you. This Eevee, and let me write it down. This Eevee, I Go Plus on a run 2 days ago. The other thing I Go Plus was this Metatite. I go plus this one on a run, so I didn't know until I got back and looked at my log. And then I go plus this one on a run. And it was a pretty, it was a pretty excited run because I was feeling good just for the workout, But then I got those results and I was like, heck yeah, this is okay by me. Which makes me wonder how many shinies I miss when I'm just go plussing and running around. But I'm sure it's not that many because shinies are very rare spawn anyway. But it's still a curious thing. Do I have a skin on the phone? Just asking. I have a small case, yes. It's a plain black case. Not one of those big otter boxes or anything, but just... pretty decent, but I'm going to get rid of you. So people ask, why would I get rid of that one? Seemed like a really decent one. It's because I have a perfect IV Executor, and I have a 96% Executor. Here's a Spinda. So the quest for Spinda is a great curveball throw, just one. This is a number 3 Spinda because of the month of September. So just like that, a great curveball throw. That's how you get a Spinda. You need the quest. You need the research task in order to do that. So this is my second Spinda ever, and this one's actually pretty good too. We're gonna keep that one. And that's the end of my stockpile research tasks. So let's take a look at what we have done recently. Caught ourselves a Spinda, 445. Here's the other Spinda. Shiny Wingull. Managed to get myself one of those. A Regirock, which was the first Regirock I got, so I have the full collection now. A shiny Eevee that I go plus on a run, which is fantastic. Hey Sammy, I'm doing great. Glad you could be here to the stream to make it with and enjoy. Perfect IV Pineco. And then down here should be my shiny Pineco somewhere. There it is. Shiny Pineco. And my lucky Tyranitar with Smackdown. Only thing that would have been better is if it was shiny. But I mean, can't take all that. So let's actually take a look at that. Perfect IVs. I have all here. These are the ones that I've really paid attention to and kept track of. I'm sure there were some common spawns that I missed that were perfect IVs. So we got here, we have a perfect IV Pineco, which is decent. I have a perfect IV Magmar. This is pretty awesome because Magmar is going to evolve in 4th generation, something a lot stronger. And I am really looking forward to evolving this guy there. Perfect IV Hitmontop. This was a fun one because Tyrogue, which is the pre-evolution, evolves based on its highest stat, and when things are tied, or all 3 of them are tied, you have no idea what it's going to become. Perfect IV Altaria. Perfect IV Executor, which is a very strong grass type attacker. Perfect IV, I don't even know what this thing is, but it is good, and I got it from Chicago, which is pretty cool. I'm sorry, not Chicago, from California. Perfect IV Venusaur that knows Frenzy Plant because I evolved it during the community day for Bulbasaur. Which means that it is one of the best grass types out there. Perfect IV Feraligatr. Got this one when I was hanging out in Wisconsin, doing work in Wisconsin. And I want to power it up a little bit, but it's not the best water type. See you, Sammy. Glad you can make it to the stream. I appreciate you coming by every time you come by. Perfect IV Togepi. So Togepi is going to evolve into Togetic, which will evolve into Togekiss. Togekiss is going to be a pretty darn good Pokemon 4th generation when that comes out. And then Nidoqueen, nothing important there. My original Perfect IV Flareon, which I got a while back. It's a good collection. And then my shiny collection's also growing. Wingull being the most recent. Then we got the shiny Eevee I caught on a run, the shiny Pineco, a bunch of shiny Eevees from Community Day. Actually, there's 2 more because I've already traded 2 shiny Eevees. People who missed that. Total of 3 shiny Roselias, a bunch of Plusle and Minun, a Swablu, a shiny Aerodactyl, shiny Squirtles, Wartortles, another Roselia, Shuppet, Charmander, Charizard, Ho-Oh, which is a fun one. I got it in the original. I didn't get the raid the second time it came out. Meditite that I got from Run, Ampharos, because unfortunately during Mareep Day I could only play for about 40 minutes. So I got my shiny and I was done. I had work to do at the time. Venusaurs, Dragonites, and of course Pikachu. Should have kept my other shiny Pikachus when I had the chance. So right now, like I said, currently working on Eevee, getting an Umbreon. I got another 8.4 kilometers to walk with this guy. But that's okay. Things are gonna work out. Yeah, Sammy, you left. That's okay. So what's going on today is this weekend I was busy traveling quite a bit, and I had a wedding to attend to. A couple of friends of mine were getting married. So my fiance and I went down and we enjoyed that, and because, you know, we're thinking about our own wedding stuff, so we're taking notes, the good, the bad, what we would do, what we would change, stuff like that. Things working out pretty well. So if you haven't already, everyone check out my Twitter, because there was a post a couple days back about a decision that I had to make, and that was which bundle for Humble Bundle I should go with. There's the Rise of the Tomb Raider by itself, which is a very well-known game. A lot of people like it. And then there's a bundle of a Tales game, Sniper Elite, and then some other cartoon game that I'm not familiar with. But I want to know what you think I should pick. The one Rise of the Tomb Raider game or the bundle of 3. I know 3 sounds better than 1, but you have to think about the type of game, and just let me know what you think. Check out my Twitter. Let me know what you think, because I'm curious. I want to know what everyone thinks about that. Otherwise, what's going on? Let's take a look. No fire types to go hunt down, unfortunately. My Pokedex right now, which is a log of everything that is upkeep, what I've caught, what I've seen, stuff like that, is I've caught 369 and I've seen 375. So I've seen just about everything that's available, either whether it be in gyms or with other people. But I'm missing 6 of them. 6 that I'm missing are regionals. Kangaskhan, Mr. Mime. I actually have some things lined up to trade for these 2 in the near future. Corsola, which I'm going to get shortly as well. And then some things that are not available in game, which you can't really help. Volbeat. Don't have a Volbeat yet. And this is one that I can actually get. Chimecho. It's from 10k eggs. So I'm looking forward to finding some 10k eggs to work on that. And then Relicanth. Waiting on Relicanth to come out. Well, it's actually available in New Zealand. Don't know too many people from New Zealand area that be able to trade this for me. But it is what it is. We're doing well. We're getting there. Another thing we were looking at. My last stream of Pokemon Go, I talked about how they're basically pushing things out like crazy. All these events, all of these activities, and that's good. It's keeping people active. It's getting people out there. I just worry that we're going to run out of things, but they'll come up with more content, more things to rotate. I was advising that they slowed it down a little bit, but it's at their own pace. So what's going on right now that's available is that Chikorita is going to be the next one in September. September 22nd, we're having Chikorita. Chikorita and its evolutions are not good for grass type. Executor is better, Venusaur is better. Really, this is going to be for trading purposes. This is going to be for getting shiny Chikoritas, and this is going to be getting the exclusive moveset of Bayleef. Also the fact that it's going to be a 3 times XP for catching, so I'm just going to catch everything. Black Market Pikachu. What would you trade it for, Envious? Do you have a Relicanth? I have plenty of Pikachu to trade for a Relicanth. Then Regirock is currently out. One thing that they started doing is they started indicating what the weaknesses of the Pokemon that are legendary raids are, which is relatively good because not everyone knows all the stat triangles and the typage for what is considered good counters. With all of the Regis, Machamp is considered a good counter. He's one of the best counters. Rock types, so depending on the weather, give me 1 second. Good stuff. Depending on the weather, rock types, the weak to water, grass, fighting, ground, steel. Ideally, you would stick with the fighting, water, and grass. When it's sunny out, like the Regirock that I did yesterday, it was sunny. I used a lot of grass types and took advantage of that boost in order to get a lot of damage done. As we talked about before, Celebi's special research is out, and I already have a Celebi, so basically I'm expecting a lot of candies. During September, the weekly bonus Pokemon that you run into is Entei, which is good. Entei is a good Pokemon. Entei is a good fire type. He's one of the best fire types. It's him and Moltres are one of the best DPS fire types. So I have one that's 93 and he's relatively well powered up. I'm going to at least use these Enteis as a source of extra candies, and if I do get one that's a higher IV than 93, I will likely power him up too. It's just getting the candies for him is a little bit difficult because I don't have the ability to raid much because my community is so small, and things that spawn I normally can't take on my own, but those that actually reward rare candies, which are the tier 4 and 5. Most 3s I can do on my own. Moltres Day, I'm looking forward to this. We did manage to get all of the rewards done. We did manage to get all the rewards done. So we get all the bonus Stardust. And Moltres Day is on September 8th, which is actually next week. It's 5 days from now. So on Moltres Day, everyone wants to go raid. I want to see if I can go raid. 3-hour period, know the flying type move Sky Attack, and look for a shiny Moltres. When they had the original Moltres Day event, that 3-hour period beforehand, I missed out. So, is what it is. And then we actually, these are the bonuses that are currently active because we completed all the research tasks. 3 times Stardust during catches, 2 times Stardust when you hatch, 3,000 Stardust per raid, and then lastly 1 hour star pieces rather than 30 minutes. So a lot of things are going on. I'm pretty happy with where we're at. I'm going to leave this stream here. I'm actually going to hop over to another game and continue streaming. There's just going to be a little bit of pause for the setup, and also I need to get a bite to eat. But thank you all so much for coming by and checking out the stream. Wanted to let you know how things were going. Work's doing right. Work's doing okay. I'm having a good time. But I'm going to hop over to a different stream right now. And I'll see you all in a couple of minutes. Take it easy.